And a very warm welcome to Southport and Ainsdale to the Roy Castle Lung Cancer Foundation Charity Golf Day. We're going to wander around the golf course and capture one or two of the magic moments and see some of the stars participating in this year's tournament. So let's head out there and find those special moments on today's golf day. The 10th hole, our first player captured today, Stephen Wallian. One of the finest golfers that's here. Nice little bit of legwork. He'll be appearing in Strictly Come Dancing next Christmas. And here we go. Yes, and an interesting shot there as the ball heads off down the left side. Playing army golf today. Now just learning how to tee the ball up. Ashley Taylor Dawson. Now here's a boy that can play the game of golf. He's been playing the game for a few years, and where Woods has won millions, we've won 27 pence over the last 10 years. And the look of concentration and a wonderful shot there, and the look of amazement as it's the first time that the ball has landed on the green today. Third member, Cameron Moore. Now, come on, Cameron. Team in desperate need. Here this morning at 4 o'clock on the driving range with a bottle of Scotch and 5 bacon butties. It's not too bad there, and here we go. He's an ugly looking fella, isn't he? He's not been blessed with his looks. Now, Carl Collins, he fancies himself as a bit of a golfer. We're going to do the Happy Gilmore there, and here we go. Three groups waiting on the tee. Come on, lad, we're going to hit it. Here we go. Here we go, and his right leg is sponsored by Super Glue. I don't think we'll ever see that ball again. Next through to the 10th tee, Lee Roberts. And here's another man that today was up very early. He was looking as to which golfing outfit he'd wear because he knew the camera was going to be on him. And it's nice to see that. And a great shot there, and we could be quite happy. And there you go. Well done, lad. Now, come on now, young Matty Thompson. Lee nicely up against the flagstick, so who knows, at the end of the day, it could well be the winners. That's a good swing there, no problems there. You see, swing like Ernie Els, as smooth as the head of a pint of Guinness. Now, there we go, a little bit, very carefully making sure that the logo is in the right direction. Derek Edmonds, and it's nice to see him. He's one of the great athletes that's here, and bought a new golfing shirt for today as well, and it comes complete with airbag. Now come on now, let's have a good one. Yes, that was probably one of the ugliest golf swings that I've seen for years, but the ball, believe it or not, on the putting surface. Finally, Paul Youngson. Now come on, Paul. Wearing the Gary Player outfit for today, and yes, and even Douglas Bader had more leg movement, but the swing, a swing to die for. So the next player through to the 10th tee, Ian Ewan, and here's a man that is regarded by Sir Nick Faldo as one of the finest golfers ever to come from Welland Garden City. Like all the other great players, they've won tournaments, but this man has won nothing in the game of golf. And right foot in, left foot in, he's the Welland Garden Hokey Cokey champion, and here we go. That's not too bad. Could well be deep in the bunker on the right. Now, playing alongside him, here's another great golfer, Ian Verriard. Not a member of a club. He's a touring golfer. He just tours the length and breadth of the country, winning tournaments, Got a bit of a bold patch on the top there. I don't know whether he realised that, but there you go. You should have a word with Shane Warne. I mean, he might be able to do something about that. Or Graham Gooch. Come on now, Mark Alverson. Here's another fine golfer as well. A nice little bit of tapping there. He does a bit of tap dancing and a wonderful swing there. Look at that there, and the look of amazement because it's got past the ladies' tee and it's nicely on the green. He said, "Did you get that?" He's hiring me for the rest of the day. And finally, Sean Gibney. Now, come on, Sean. Wonderful set-up position, knees forward. Used to ride the 315 at Haydock a few years ago, and look as if we're about to ride the next horse. And here we go. Oh, it's gone along the ground, known as a sister-in-law. Nice when you're there, but you just don't tell anyone that you've been there. Yeah, we're very lucky to have a few stars here today, and Paul Massey is another one of the great players participating. Plays at Blundell's Hill, and that is most probably one of the nicest little hooked 7-irons into the heart of the green that we'll see for weeks. So here we are, another fine golfer, the gentle giant himself, David Moss, alias Captain Mannering. There's a great shot there. It's a lovely little hole, this 10th, and no problems for the old fella there, and straight in the middle of the parade ground. Come on, John Moss. Yeah, they make it look easy, and there's not many that can line up on one side, take off and nearly finish up facing in the opposite direction, and still hit it in the centre of the green. And finally, Andy Hampson. Now this man is 18 handicap professional bandit, and it's a good shot as we just watch that ball heading off down towards Lord Street and might never be seen again. He's lost 24 Pro Vs so far and could write a bestseller by the end of the day. And there they are, the champion golfers maybe, and at the end of the day it could be copyright systems. 4 wonderful characters. So, Dave Thompson, the resident professional at the Walton Golf Club, and you may want to play in his golfing society, the Open Golf Club, and there you go. Nice shape, as playing partners say, and one of them says it's about time the old pro started to perform. There's Derek there. Derek Simpson, and we've got the lads from Hollyoaks. We've even got Derek here who plays Norris in Coronation Street, and that's a wonderful shot there, Derek, and there you go, quite a character as well, and there he is, old Norris there, and an afternoon out from the cabin. So, Nabil Nasir, and here's an interesting character. He's a lefty, and Bubba Watson and Mickelson, they all talk about him. His nickname is Bubba Nasir, and today he's getting it round the golf course with 1 or 2 birdies and an eagle as well. And well done there, well done, Bubba. There you go, one of the great lefties. Could well go on to win the Masters one day. And then finally the team captain, Neil Howard. Played everywhere on the golf course. He was going to have a caddy, but he was advised he'd be better with a sniffer dog. Getting to know all the parts of Southport and Ainsdale. Glorious day, and we just follow that ball as it heads off somewhere in the middle of those trees on the right-hand side. Be an interesting next shot. Yes, and Barclays have even sponsored the cast from Emmerdale here today. So, Steve Barnes. Now, come on, Steve. Here we go. Boys are 8 under par, and It's not a bad shot. A little look at the camera, see whether we got it, and I can tell you we did. We'll be going to the handicap committee. Now, next up, Chris Lewis. He's the old barman, the landlord at the Woolpack, and wearing his cricket whites today, and going to get back later on for closing time. He's having a little bit of hanky-panky with the barmaid there, but here we go. Come on now. Chris Stockton. A little bit of shuffling there and no pressure on him. Oops-a-daisy, we've just removed a quarter-pounder out of the 10th tee. And no day would be right if you didn't have one of the Dingles playing. Ken West. Now, come on, Ken. That's a lovely shot there, and yes, we'll be absolutely delighted with that. And the look of amazement is it's the first green that we've landed on. Well, on the 11th tee, Degsy himself. Derek Mountfield, and there you go. You see all those days playing at Everton, and now we're just knocking it straight into bunkers. Yeah, Degsy's hit it 300 yards, but here we go. Here's another great player. Gareth Farley. Now, come on, Gareth. No problems there, no problems. A playing partner say a great shot and a little cry in the background. It's about time. Now from the world of rugby, Paul Scunthorpe. Now come on, Paul. I don't know whether we'll ever see this ball again. We've signed up a contract with Heineken already because we're reaching parts of Southport and Ainsdale that no one else has ever reached. Here we go. The look of concentration, the knees are knocking. Oh, look at that. We've just hit our Sunday best. Can't believe it. We're on the fairway. First time for 3 weeks. He says, you can come again, lad. And finally, Tim Reed. Now, come on, Tim. He's a big lad as well. And he used to be one of triplets, and he managed to eat the other two whilst he was in goal. Oh, well done, well done. Look at that there. Best drive of the day. Well done there. I just found out he was one of triplets and he ate the other two, but apparently he had two sisters as well. So at the 2 holes to go, Matt Brown from the Lemon Path team, and team going very well, 81 points. And there's a swing to die for there. Well done, lad. That's a great drive down the middle. Now, Chris Antliff. Now, there's a man. He bought a new driver that's nearly as big as him, and team captain, and certainly a ringer off his handicap. That's a great drive there. Well done. Playing partners say fantastic. Where else would you expect it when you're playing off every day of the week? And Mark, is it? Now, come on, Mark. Had a wonderful game at Forest Pines a few weeks ago, playing Wolf, and here he is, a big lad. Well done there. Yeah, they all hit it so far, these young lads, but they don't know where it's going to land. And finally, Dean Hussain. Now, come on, Dean. Got all the gear and no idea, but here we go. New driver. And a lovely drive there. And he's 17 handicap, and he's a bit of a bandit, is the lad. And that's a great drive there. It's always good when you get a few champion players as well. Mike Carr won the Open Championship back in 1955. And defending champions, and it's a nice shot there, and a nice little tweak with the right leg, and we'll be happy with that one. Now, come on now, George Seddon. He's a Another great player, past Ryder Cup player, and nowadays playing on the old boys tour and travels all over the world looking for his golf ball. Now, come on now, old Danny boy. Danny Mangan played in the very first Ryder Cup back in 1927. That's a great one there. His legs aren't working so well these days, but he'll be quite happy with that because he's got safely past the ladies' tee. And finally, the junior member, Paul Williams. And it's always nice when you can wander around the golf course with the old boys and keep an eye on their balls because their eyesight's going a little bit. But there he is there. Maybe one day he'll go on to become a champion player like the rest of his playing partners. There he is, old Grandad there. He's just whipping it down the middle. 1927 Ryder Cup. And he's still going strong. Well, as we come to the final group of the day, and if you haven't been captured on camera, you've been quite lucky. But Lee Schofield here, and that's a good drive there. There's a nice little stinger down the middle of the fairway, and we could be pretty happy with that one. Now, 3 weeks ago, we never knew how to tee the ball up, but now we've found the secret. Lee Barber. Now, come on, Lee. Here we go. Oopsie-daisy. That's on its way to Liverpool, and I think we've had about 4 or 5 birdies in the round so far. Now, come on now, the little ball doesn't want to stay on the tee, but Tim Smith going along quite steady. Last 4 holes, 4-5, 4-4, 4 here, 5 at the next. And it's the telephone number of a very nice Chinese restaurant in Southport, and we're well on the way. That was a good drive there. Nice shape down the middle. And finally, the best dressed golfer today, James Grant. Now, come on, James. New pair of trousers and there we go. Bubba Grant, and that's just gone a country mile. Well done, lad. So I hope today that everybody enjoyed the day, but Lee Barber here, he certainly had his adventures on the golf course. Yes, we've had that ball for 5.5 years. Well, if you haven't been captured on camera, you've been quite lucky. And I'm sure there'll be many stories to be told at the end of the day about all the great drives. And maybe the little tiddlers that didn't go in the hole. So I hope today that everybody's enjoyed the day here at Southport and Ainsdale on the Roy Castle Lung Cancer Foundation Golf Day. And remember, if I land on your fairway, I shall say hello. But if you land on my fairway, you can always say that you've hit a trick shot.